There we go. We should be hopefully good. Welcome everyone. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you guys are doing well today. Let me make sure. I had to update OBS, y'all. I have not updated OBS in months. So thankfully everything is working. I have heard horror stories of people updating OBS and everything just falls apart. But we're here. We're ready for a collab. We're playing Super Battle Golf with some buddies. I will unmute in a second. It's first time playing the game. I have seen videos of other streamers playing it and it looks very fun. So I'm looking forward to this today. We will see what happens. Pray I will win. I suck, honestly. I tried to drive in the cart and I could not get it. So let me message that on Discord and then I will unmute myself and we'll introduce ourselves. And hello, Nimby. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. I'm ready. And I will. There we go. I think we're just waiting. Oh, there you go. Okay, I can resume the game. Hello.
Oh
damn.
At this point, I think it's on purpose.
already attacking people. Jesus.
I deserve that. Hello, everybody. Hello. Can everybody in chat hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hopefully everyone in my chat can hear everyone.
Yeah, you should be able to hear me. Almost too much.
Mew, are you alive? Is Mew...
Speak to us.
Mew's just standing there. Oh no.
I'm starting stream.
Oh, right. You weren't moving. I was like, did Mew just leave?
Thank you, Penrose. Thank
He'll
you for
live
letting me
for
know you
now.
can hear me. All right, nice.
Okay. Oh, I have too many items. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, well, whenever we start the actual game, we won't be able to take any of these items with us, so it doesn't really matter.
Aww.
They only spawn during the actual rounds. Though, after the rounds in those, you'll be able to keep whatever you didn't use onto the next round.
Oh,
so
nope.
they do carry over.
I am not going near that.
I will.
Okay. Alright, I have a lot of coffee. Let me just drink that, I guess.
Riley says,
Oh.
I'll give 10 subs to anyone who can beat the Craig Stadler challenge on Pebble Beach. What are you
The
saying?
what?
The what? What on the what? What?
You just
Oh,
saying
it's
words.
that button. Okay.
Just speaking which.
Oh, okay. Damn! I just bought this car.
It's okay, you got multiple you can pick from.
I'm not insured.
Craig, that's what I'm saying. Who's Craig?
Okay. Moon
If
boots.
I can,
Ooh. Okay. Damn! Right at the right
Whoa,
moment.
What?
Yeah, it's a
Did you
force
get froze
field.
or did you have oh, you have a
It's a force field. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's an
Yeah,
item.
that's what I
It's that
decide.
little magnet.
There we
looking
go.
Item. If you use the
Let me
magnet
emote
item,
at you
then
guys.
nobody can
Let me
hurt
If
you.
you
emote at
look
you
at my
guys.
thumbnail, I'm wearing a different outfit, but that's because that's the outfit I want to buy when I have money. I just
Ooh,
had to buy
nice.
the outfit first.
Wait, how do you
Will get money
emote?
today.
How do you emote?
Press T.
T?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute!
Yeah, I got the caramel dancing.
Wait, Lottie, come here. Wait, guys, come here. Come
E?
here. I want to take a screenshot of something.
What?
Okay,
What?
where?
Oh, screenshot? Oh.
I'm on my way.
So
Right
hey,
here.
Lottie, how come you're like possessed by a flaming skull demon?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what's
You
that
have a
about?
flaming skull above your head. What's up with that?
Where? What?
Above your head. It's above your head.
Can we all stand right here in front of
I
the
don't see what you're talking about.
camera? Face the camera.
Why is the camera in such an inconvenient location?
Come on my
Oh
side.
no, I'm not even in the frame. Oh, God.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
Everyone's in frame. Wait, that's so cute. Everyone looks so cute.
I'm blue as fuck for real. I am blue.
I'm blue, dabba-dee, 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 dabba-dee.
There's so many
Oh, yeah,
coffees.
I poured some coffees for everybody. I thought you.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, what?
There's so many coffees.
Poison?
Let me get a couple more for you. No, they're fresh out. Look, see? I'm making them as we speak.
Nice.
have too many.
Whoa!
Help yourself.
Oh.
They
You
make
can
you
also hit them at
fast.
people.
Ooh.
Whee! It's so
Okay.
nice. I actually just recently got into drinking coffee after 2.5 years.
Damn!
Not liking it. Wow, there's so many. Levin, hello, welcome in. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, and pretty cute if I do say so, dabba dee dabba die.
Oh my god.
Call that a caffeine hit.
Ha ha.
Yeah, drinking coffee, not drinking in general. Coffee. I recently got into drinking coffee.
Damn. At least let me.
You gotta be quicker than that.
I'm not.
Now, Indy also has the flaming skull above the head. I don't know.
That
I don't know
yeah,
what
that shows that I've been vicious. I've been
Oh.
I've been naughty, if you will.
Okay.
Violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat, please let me know if you can hear
Let's
me well.
go. Got one in.
Everybody's, audio, if anyone's too quiet or too loud, please let me know. This is not for me, it's for you guys. I want you guys to have a good experience in my chat. I want you to be able to hear everybody. Oh my god. I got 3 guns.
Damn.
Gun
Trick
1,
shot.
Watching my, I'm like fixing my.
Oh, my bad.
husband. I'm watching myself get beat on screen.
See if I can-
The jumping is so cute. It's just flowy.
Stop jumping around so much.
Yeah, I really like the jumping.
Was that? I was like, was that trying to hit me?
Or just anybody.
Jesus.
Just anybody.
What? Oh my god. Get into where?
Lottie,
My
get in.
car
The cars explode.
Okay,
Nice. Alright, sorry. Ow! It's just like in RuneScape. Can you do this shit in RuneScape? I have not played
Damn.
RuneScape, I must admit. I'm not quite that nerdy.
Where is Lottie?
Not here.
Lottie getting-
I'm right here. Hold on. Oh, damn! Get in, but she hit me again.
I tried. No.
Okay, I'm in now. I'm in now. I'm in now. Where are we going?
Drive. Yeah, where are we going?
We're going pretty far.
Yeah.
What's
Nice.
up?
Hey, I can't drive very well, so. Just
Yeah,
That's okay.
I
I
can't
don't have a
drive
license.
either.
Can I jump? Oh, you can jump in the car.
You
Yeah,
can?
you can do little bunny
Little
hops. in the
hop.
car.
Oh, that's cute.
We're doing donuts. Hold on.
Oh
Donuts? Yes. How do we?
Yeah. Oh my god.
my god.
Whoa.
Have you guys ever done donuts like IRL before?
No.
Oh, I'm too afraid.
Oh, it's so fun.
Really?
That was like one of the first things I did whenever, because I did have my driver's
I
license
don't
at one
drive.
point. I just never renewed it because I don't have
Yeah, I
a
don't
car
drive anymore.
anymore.
Yeah,
So,
same.
but whenever I was like getting my license and stuff,
Mhm.
I remember my mom took me to like a parking lot that was empty, and she was like, "All right, get out of your system. Do donuts right now."
Oh.
That's actually really
okay,
smart.
Mom. Cool, Mom. All right, Mom.
So I just did
ADHD
like
has struck.
I did donuts in the parking lot. It was completely empty. Nobody was there, and it just I felt
Oh my gosh.
insane.
Levin, you're cooking for a birthday party? Wait, what are you cooking? Can I have some, please?
What
Oh my
map
God, I
are we
want
doing,
cake.
by the way?
Ooh.
Are we doing the beginner one?
We can. You guys ready to start?
Beginner one might be a good idea. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let me. Oh wait, you can drive
Walk
me.
me
Wait.
to that, by the way.
I was like, you can just walk me to the
Oh, yeah.
thing. Oh, you
on.
sit on the back. That's so cute.
Alright, get in.
Oh, you can sit in the back? Aww.
Yeah, hop on.
Look at us.
It can hold up to
Legendary
10
mac and
people.
cheese.
How are the others gonna work? Is it like a little car?
One person, you can pick. So you see I'm on top.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
Amazing. I love that.
damn. Close enough.
We're here.
Close enough. Close enough. We can start.
Drive.
I still haven't figured out parallel parking, alright?
It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
anybody knows how to do
Matt
that.
set
I
up.
you gotta parallel park with anybody. There's nobody else here.
Courses. How does this work? Oh god. Oh crap, I gotta set up everything. We can just do coast. I guess that's starter. I'm assuming. Oh crap. Where's my mouse? Hello? Where'd my mouse go?
I assume the more checks,
Oh,
the harder it is.
I got it. Okay. Oh yeah. So it has like different difficulties. Okay. So courses, classic rules.
Perpendicular parking we'll have to do.
Item probability. I guess doesn't matter.
Tangential parking.
Ooh, there's some items that are not up. Let me put some up. Let's see. I don't know the probabilities for these items. I'll just.
Oh, you can just leave them as is.
Gotcha. I guess we'll go ahead. Oh my god!
What are you?
Was someone trying to hit me?
Super battle golf.
You launched me into the next game.
Damn.
I was mid-air.
First game!
I saw that. Oh, okay, okay.
I gotta have to remember how to golf.
Okay. Okay. Where'd my ball go? Why am I over? Why am I over there?
Yeah, we'll be doing well just to be able to golf normally.
How does this? Well,
I don't know what any of
I'm
this
just gonna
stuff
ignore
does.
that. Whatever that was
okay.
exploded behind
I was
me.
trying to hit the mine. I am not doing well.
Sure.
Okay, okay. Wait, I'm goaded.
Okay. Ooh,
I
coffee.
don't know what any of this stuff does though.
Too late.
What? No! Dude!
Where's my ball?
Oh, wait. You're actually good at golf?
How? Where is it?
I'm so mad.
Here's my ball. Okay, okay, okay.
Oh, I went too far. I went too far.
Okay, okay, okay. Wait, wait! No! Where's it going? Where'd it go? Oh, right there, right there, right there.
I'm too far.
Y'all stay away, I've got a gun.
You got 20 seconds.
Bro, there's no way someone in my chat is cheering for Indy and not me. Oh shit! No, wait!
God damn it! The pressure of the time limit.
Where is it going?
Get it in, get it in, get it in, get it in! Get it in! Oh my god, no, you hit it too hard!
Wait!
I'm dead. Rip.
Damn it!
It's okay.
Damn. Wait, what is this? What?
Well,
But we need to do something about that time limit.
what? Can I
Time
change?
limit. The time limit activates as soon as the first person gets it in the hole.
Oh. Okay.
I will say
Because
that.
Indy's too good at golf.
Reminder that 3 of
Sorry.
us are new.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Oh wait, do I have another gun? Oh sh!
I was like gonna drive away, but I haven't even.
I'm gonna get a penalty ball. It's gonna fall.
Where'd it go? Okay. Oh, it's over there. It's fine.
Beep beep.
No!
I saw that.
No, you didn't.
Who the fuck has a golf cart, bro? Go
Oh
away.
shit. How do I? Okay. 2? Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Where is this? Oh no, that's not my ball. I'm at... Jesus Christ. All over there. Okay. 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 Okay.
Go go.
They gotta do something about the running, man. It's too slow.
I think that's the point.
Golf
That,
cart.
it gives other people a chance to hit you with the gun.
Golf cart.
Okay. What do you mean penalty?
So
Bruh.
if it lands outside of boundaries, you get a penalty strike.
Oh, that's fun. I'm running. I'm on my way.
Bro.
I am not using this cart.
Water.
I do not trust the cart.
Okay, my
Damn,
fault.
that's
Hey, Mom.
crazy.
Wait, how do you...
This is the golf cart.
Bro! Where am I?
Missed.
Bro, how do you
I
aim?
wanted to hit you. I want to hit the hole.
Sorry.
What is
Yara.
that? Holy shit!
Oh, wow.
That is evil.
Yippee!
Oh my.
What do
oh
you
my God,
mean?
I was right there. I was right there. I was right there.
Get in!
Oh
went too
my
far.
God.
Oh my god. Trying to line up the shot.
You can do
I
it.
can't even hit it!
Oh, I panicked. I panicked. I panicked.
No!
I was right there.
Where is it going? Oh my god!
You can do it!
Go in! Go in!
Yes!
No, stop!
You're in!
Oh my god!
Exploded. Okay. Oh my god.
I'm going to lose it. What do you mean?
Say it's fine.
I have not made us.
Even with the orbital laser, you still won.
I would like to at least get one hole, please.
Guys, with Aura making the hole push me away, and
Wow.
it missed.
Wait, me?
Damn it!
Yeah.
How do you? How do these damn guns work? Oh, you missed!
You're right, I did.
What does this do?
Oh hell no!
That's the orbital laser.
Holy shit! That one was.
Can we pause the game?
Why?
What you need?
Actually, just play without me. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I'll be right back.
Stay strong.
Oh! Dang! I was just minding my own business.
Dang, I wasn't even aiming for you either.
Likely story.
You think I have good aim?
Possibly.
Ah, shit.
I can't even do anything unless you hit the ball. Oh well.
You got me.
Well, howdy.
Damn. That was my box.
How about like...
I'm gonna make it.
Little guy.
I'm gonna make it.
do something crazy like...
Are you gonna try and get all the way over?
Yeah.
Does it go over there?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
How do you?
Drink it.
No, not me.
Okay, there we go.
How do you aim this? What?
Ball. I lost my ball. Here it is.
How do you aim this? Oh my god. Oh, well.
Oh my god.
I didn't know how to aim it. Okay, just move
I
that.
think it might have been me.
How do you... Hold on. Ow! How do you do this shit?
No, 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 no.
Well,
No, 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 no. Wait, wait, wait.
damn! Your body.
Taking you with me.
Like, let me tell you something.
Hold on, I have a question.
Okay, 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 okay. Damn it!
Oh my god, you're gonna block me with your golf cart?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Yes. We gotta team up to stop Indy. They're too good.
Yes, they are. Where's my ball? Okay.
I refuse. Too late.
Why do I keep getting penalties? Okay, I'm gonna make it.
That's fine. I'm gonna be in second.
No, you're not!
Oh my god!
Damn it!
Alright,
Oh my god, it keeps switching me to Meow's POV. Oh, just like all the way to the start.
Mew's not here. We gotta wait those few seconds.
Ew.
Rip Mew.
Wait to...
We have to wait. Someone in chat said
Thinking about.
they think Indy has played this game before.
What do you mean?
Yeah, someone's too good. Someone's too good at this game. I finally got... Jesus! The amount of points Indy has is insane.
It's not because I'm bad at the game. It's because I have ping. That's all it is.
I am attempting. Mew, you're not here.
Mew. Come back to us, Mew.
Okay, I got my coffee. Drink that.
Coffee.
Wrong button. Grab that.
Okay. I gotta be more aggressive, you guys.
Did I get you? Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. That's what you get for laughing. You laughed at me. You laughed at my misery.
You're right, I did do that. But wait, we can't fight amongst ourselves. We have to get Indy.
Right. We gotta go against Indy.
What do you mean?
Indy's the itty.
I'm just a little guy.
No, you're not. How many points?
Little fella. I'm literally just a little baby boy.
How are you already so close?
I'm just a little baby boy.
Oh my god. I have so many of these damn cars.
You have a car? Use the car.
It's too late.
Oh my god.
God!
Run!
Oh my gosh. Coffee. It's so hard to try and maneuver everything. Wrong way. Okay.
No, don't call it smurfing. That seems so evil. Okay, I'll be nice. I won't be first next round.
Okay, come on. Let's go! Finally!
A little enemy guy. No. There was a cart with nobody.
Mew, you're back! Oh my god.
Yoo-hoo. Come on, lock in, Mew.
You got this. Hey, Aura! Damn.
I didn't make it back in time to finish that.
It's okay.
Oh my God.
I swear I will not get the first.
Yeah.
Likely.
I like my.
I swear on my honor.
In the truck, and I was like, I'm trying to golf. But I had to go home. That's
Just let me go.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that?
There's just a little rocket.
No, Aura, that's supposed to be for me.
You're what?
You think? Jesus!
What? Huh?
Who the hell is shooting?
A corpse just fell beside me. I'm scared.
Oh, no! Give me away! That was so close. Did you get blowed up too?
Yeah, it blows up anyone within the vicinity of
Oh my god. Okay.
What is that? And I just look over.
Let me go ahead. Oh shit! I forgot. I don't know how to drive these.
Dude, being the one person who can drive is actually working out.
Right, bro. How do you? I don't know how to work these damn things. I cannot aim.
You aim it like this.
Damn. I'm good.
Everybody's at the ball hole.
Yeah, I'm. Don't worry. I promised I won't get first.
Yeah,
I'll wait until
right.
Somebody else gets first. No, I'm literally.
You think that makes us happy that you're going easy on us?
How do you line yourself up, Mike? No. Oh my god.
We're good.
Okay. No!
Dude!
I got an achievement.
Let me golf! Let me golf! Go in the hole, let me golf.
I'm trying.
Are you turning your angle to 0%?
It is at 0.
God.
I got it. Give me a sec. No, what are you doing, damn game?
Slow and steady.
Lottie,
Slow
you
and
got
steady.
Yes, you got it.
Finally! Oh my god.
Holy moly, I'm in third place.
I'm somehow in How many points does Indy have?
I haven't seen this much aggression on the turf since 95 Pro Am. Riley, how old are you? I know I'm older than you. I know I am. And I don't remember that. Who watches golf? No!
Oh, I blew myself up.
I realized I didn't set up my tablet, so I can't see my screen chat.
Oh,
I was like, something is missing this entire time. I just figured out what.
okay, we're good.
Oh my god.
Where's my ball? Okay, I got the shoes. I'm gonna hop. Okay, someone's ball is here. I don't know who this is, but it ain't me.
Indy's got a golf cart. We're doomed.
Well, I have to remember how to drive.
You're sliding down. Ow! Mew, that was you. Oh my god. Where's my ball? It's over there. It's over there. Coffee. Fast.
Why are you over there?
Okay, let me grab that. Okay.
I see what you were trying to do.
Where is everyone? Oh, I see Andy's far ahead, like always.
I know. How does he do it?
What do you mean?
How does he do it?
Goo goo?
Damn, how do you aim these damn things? How do I miss twice?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I'm so good with guns because of Valorant that I have not missed a single shot.
I love that for you. We
Bro,
all have our strengths.
I do not have strength in aiming. Do not go out of bounds, I swear to God.
Please don't.
Andy!
Where'd it go? Don't follow the water!
You're almost there. Just
Darling
nice
wolf
and gentle.
tip.
Never mind.
Oh, shit!
That might have been too far.
Where'd it go?
It wasn't far enough.
My life?
No!
Duolingo owl, beg for your life in Spanish.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I don't remember this being
I
this hard
can't
to
beg for my life. Oh, sorry. I didn't
Ooh.
mean to.
Get it in, get it in.
Come on! Are you serious? Stop! Stop! Mew, no! No! What did you mean? Mew! 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 Mew, there's a target on your back. There's no way. I was right there.
Just hit me with the golf cart. It's your final moment.
I just fell.
Aura what? Aura drove past me with like the golf cart and I missed.
Oh my god. Penalty, of course, of course. There's no shot. I hate this. I was so close.
Indy already won. It's fine.
Was oh, I hit the cart. Good. Okay. My god.
Oh my god. I don't know who's
Somebody get a doing gun. I want to shoot people.
I want to shoot people.
How do you even shoot properly? I hate this
Aim the
game.
gun.
Yeah, I think I was just being a sore loser with that.
No!
You know what? But it was funny though.
It was really funny.
Did I get good? Good.
It's funny.
You deserve that one for what happened.
It's not my fault at home.
I sat there and waited for you. Now where's my ball? Do I gotta jump that? No, it's good. I can run that. Okay, cart. We're gonna try. And I forgot I can't drive this damn thing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, where am I going?
Well, it's a good thing I didn't hitch a ride for you.
Right? Oh! No, let me.
Alright. Anyway. No! Ouch! Why? Mew, why?
Damn, I wasn't close enough. Oh, it was penalty. Okay.
Let me hit my ball. Let me hit it. I need you to let me hit my ball.
Hey guys.
No!
Don't, Indy, no! Don't you dare! Don't you
okay.
dare!
I'm just
it's
teasing it a little bit.
Okay.
Teasing it a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Never mind. That's it.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
Arrgh.
How do you shoot?
It's not the time to calculate.
Yes, it is. How the hell do you shoot these damn guns?
You aim it at the person.
It's not
What
working.
you want from me, Lonnie?
I want perfect aim every time.
Are you sure?
Oh shit. Shit!
Bro.
Me and Valorant, don't worry.
Oh, it was something.
Let's go though.
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. Why is it? How am I supposed to hit that?
Get in.
How am I supposed to hit that? Yo, how am I supposed to hit this?
Fucking L dance in the
Gentle.
back. This is so
In the hole! In the hole!
There you go.
I give up. I'm done. I'm done. How was I supposed to hit that? It's right against the damn rocks. Oh my god.
You know what that means?
It's boogie time.
Oh my god.
So here's my way of seeing it, right? My way of seeing it.
Stop looking at me like that! We
Damn
probably
it!
don't have the infinite.
Okay, for now, I'll hit. You, I swear to God.
For first place, it's going to be the then I need to make sure.
Where'd my ball go? Okay.
You know what? We're reevaluating our priorities. We love that.
Yeah.
Damn it!
So, you, sorry, but I think you might be my next target.
Where am I going? Okay. Okay.
This thing.
Can I hit that? Maybe? Go over? Please? No penalty? Let's go! Okay. Okay.
I'll wait for you guys to get a little closer.
Can I even jump that?
Ah, shit.
I'm not even gonna trust it.
Oh my god, wait! No, wait! Let me in! That was my golf
You
cart.
should have not tried to leave without me!
I was stealing it.
Oh my god.
I swear.
Okay. Bro! These guns piss me off.
Were you aiming it at me or?
I was trying to get you and then Aura, but I suck at aiming.
Yeah, maybe start
Don't
finishing
get me.
with the Valorant.
Aura's literally right there. No, hold on.
No, don't get me. No.
Ah! I knocked myself out.
Shit. No, don't fall off.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Stay strong.
Lottie, you have 30 seconds.
I'm running! I am running! Oh shit.
Go in the
Who was that?
Drive me crazy.
Oh my god, got the achievement. How is
I'm
that
done.
even possible?
Shit.
You gotta take them down with you.
Oh, well, I'm dead.
I can't even aim! Damn! Who was that?
Hi, Sabriel. Welcome. Choose if I listen. I'm trying.
Oh my god.
Dude, I wish I could.
What is this? I'm going to...
Oh, it's a jump pad. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't have... No!
Indy, you're not even my target anymore, Indy.
I gotta,
Please make it.
us.
I don't even think my thing's making it. It didn't. Okay.
I fell past the rock.
Go.
Oh, I didn't even hit it. Jesus!
Where am I? Where's my ball? There it is.
Okay. Where am I?
It's gonna go in the water.
Of course it is. Ow! Okay. High angles.
That sucked a lot. Okay.
Let's go. Ow!
Oh my god, look at
What?
you!
I'm trying to. What do you mean my ball's all the way over there?
Let's go.
How? Y'all. It's stuck on the tree.
Oh my god, for real?
Shit, no! No!
Where is it going?
It's
Where
because you hit it when it was next to the tree, so it bounced off.
Where am I going?
Where is your ball? There it is. You got it.
Go in the hole, I'm dying!
Okay, I'm gonna just take a swim.
This one's like an insanely hard one.
Arrgh!
Lottie just deciding to just walk into the ocean instead of aim.
It's fine. I don't need it.
One not being like totally violent for
That's
some reason.
more water. I love water.
Oh
I
yay,
also love water, but not involved.
bro.
It's hydration.
Okay. Cortisol levels are reaching record highs. Yeah, they are. You missed.
I was trying to hit Indy. You ran away.
How am I supposed to know that? My ball's all the way over here.
Literally ran in front of my crosshair and missed my shot.
Bro. Oh my
I'm
god.
dodging and weaving.
Oh my god. Okay, over here. Okay.
Why is my ball in the absolute...
Do not get to the water, swear to God. We're good. We're good.
I like how Lottie's strat is just to aim the ball at me.
It just happened. What are these damn items? I have the same item. Okay. Well, I might as well use it.
Focused, I'm focused.
Okay. We're good.
If I lock in.
Indy pointed out that we can aim the ball at them and get it out that way, and that was a good point. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right.
I'm always here to help.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I was trying to aim it at someone. I don't know how you aim the landmines. Landmines at someone, that's the word.
Yippee!
No yippee!
Damn it! No yippee!
Why is it so far still?
Bro, my ball! My ball!
My god.
Oh, okay. Redemption.
Where is it? Where is it? Over there? Okay.
You got this, Lottie.
We're almost there. I read it.
Slow and steady.
Okay.
Got 20 seconds.
Okay.
God, we never did an introduction.
I like that they like did some.
This is our introduction.
We never introduced ourselves to chat.
Okay. I'ma
Oh,
just...
we forgot to do an introduction. You're right.
Come on! Yes! Oh my god!
We got like what?
Bro.
18 more holes. Oh,
How many do we have left?
8.
I didn't pay attention.
8? Oh my god. Okay.
Anymore, bro.
Bro.
Switching a peek at
Bro. I need so many fictional men after this game. I'm gonna listen to so much ASMR after this.
Self-care, you imagine your yandere boyfriend beating me with a golf club.
Yes, I am, honestly.
What's this?
Okay. It's like a mobility one. Where am I going?
Oh.
Okay. Where to go? Is it in the water? Do not go in the water.
Ouch! Who shot me?
Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Why?
I don't know, that'd be crazy. Ooh, I wonder who.
Hey!
Good morning.
Ooh.
Oh god, it's going straight into the water. I'm dead.
Okay.
Rip! Fuck! Ouch! Oh lord.
Okay.
Nice.
Why is it here? My god, I'm gonna just... Bye! Ow! Was that you? Who hit me?
No.
Was that Aura?
No, I'm way back. I can't hit
Oh my
anybody.
god.
Oh god. Where is it going?
Nothing. No one has
Oh, God.
one.
Back in the water again.
It made it!
Ow.
How do you... No, don't hit that!
They
I
failed 7
Good.
streams. Congrats on the streak.
Okay, what the hell, Lottie?
I mean, if you drown, more for me. Okay. You can jump this.
Why are
You can't jump that.
the underdog?
You can't jump that. Please. Mobility. Wait, hold on.
There we go.
Wrong way. How do you do this? There we go.
Where, ow.
Come on, you're almost here.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, it's over there.
Shit.
It's not that far. Where am I? Okay.
Panic, Aura, you got this. Make it.
Lock in.
Where are you? Ooh. Down. 0.
Oh, that's so close. You can do it.
Okay, Lottie.
Golf cart, you guys.
Okay, Lottie.
10 seconds remaining.
No!
All right. Woo!
Get it in.
I can see the
Oh my god!
Hit it so hard.
The underdog in test or else they'll win after training montage. That's what I needed to
club? Did anybody see Lottie break?
That's what I want to do in real life, but with my spine. Oh my god. Okay. I'm fine.
You gotta put on like the montage music. Do you have your playlist on?
Bro, yes, fictional men moaning. Yeah, let me put that on real quick. Yeah.
Ooh, Lottie.
I had to.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Remember, we must unite against a common enemy.
Everyone is my enemy now.
Ow.
Damn.
Alright, it's fine.
How did I even?
Where's my ball? Only over here? Okay.
Please go on land. Please go on land. Please.
Okay.
You hate me. Just
Okay, let me
hate
just... I didn't even hit it.
Taking you with me.
Let me just... What's that up here?
I refuse to die alone.
Damn.
me. Okay.
You know what? That's fine.
Oh, shit.
I can work with that.
Okay. Get this damn golf cart off me. I can't even drive these damn things.
Oh
Okay.
my god, how did I get run over?
Okay.
Collateral damage.
Why did I get another one? Okay. Okay, we're making it, girl. We're making it. You got this.
Come on, Lottie. You got this, Lottie.
You got
You
this,
can do it, Lottie.
Aura's trying to run me over again.
Where is it? Oh my god!
Oh my god. That was kind of impressive. Thanks.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Oh, finally! Finally! You guys have fun. I can snack.
Get in.
Grr, I'm light.
Lottie punching the air? Yes, I am punching the air like crazy.
Indy,
Go
like,
in the
stop.
hole.
Like, one frame.
I was locked in.
I'm just totally dead.
Okay.
Uh-oh. 10 seconds remaining.
Rip.
Rip to you. You got this.
Rip me.
Get in there.
One stroke. One stroke is all it takes.
One stroke finish.
Oh. So close,
One stroke is all it takes to lie.
bro.
Alright.
The amount of points Indy has is insane.
Water.
Oh wow.
Okay, when I said I needed more water, I meant in my bottle. I meant I needed water in my bottle.
To drink.
4, 3,
How the hell do you do this? I still had the weapon. I had to use it. Oh crap, am I stuck? No, I'm good. Where'd you go? Did you get knocked off?
You.
My bad.
Yeah, you knocked me into water.
Oh, my bad.
It's fine.
Oh,
It's okay.
I got a penalty shot either way.
Don't worry about it.
Wait,
Don't worry about it.
I don't like that.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. It sounds like something to be worried about.
Right?
Maybe I'm just
No,
reading
it's
into
fine.
things
You're-
though.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No! Perpetual penalty strokes! Okay, there we go.
I was gonna say it sucks when it like penalty strikes you like and you're in the water because then it just does it again.
How the... What are you doing? I don't like that. Can I use the cart?
Where is that going?
Okay, I can. Okay, okay. Oh my god, no, I don't... Aura's planning!
I'm whatting?
You're planning. It sounds like you're planning.
Oh my god.
No,
Scheming.
actually, my motor
do I
skills
get
are
over
failing me and I'm forgetting how to play the game.
I'm sorry, you're right. No!
Are you guys close?
No!
Oh.
Stop, you! You were close. I had to do it. Oh shit! Wait, Mew, where are you? Mew, one of you. Wait,
Barely.
how the hell do I get past this? Hold on.
What are you doing?
Did I make
How
it?
the hell do I cross
Everything
this?
I made it!
movement, everything counts for
I can't swim.
Oh my god.
I can't swim.
No, wait, where's my ball? It's right here, it's right here, it's right here. Why is there only 10 seconds left?
How do I cross the water?
Oh my god. Where's my ball going?
Well, bye guys. I'm way over here.
I'm way over here too. I'm just stand. Oh my god.
You know, at least I'm comfortable at my.
Dede's got everyone else fighting each other. Fighting each other, but our common enemy. Where the hell? Why is it over there?
We're doing this wrong.
Oh god.
Wrong.
Okay. Damn. Who the hell? Okay, we're gonna slow. I don't wanna. Okay. Damn. What do you mean they can hit that far? Damn it, you.
That wasn't me.
No, that was my box.
Oh, that was me.
I can't aim. I can't aim.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Don't hit the water. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Stay out of trouble. No. How am I supposed to get back up? I'm dead. You trapped me.
Perpetual. Hold on. Okay. I'm adjust.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm dying.
Where are you?
Oh my god.
Where's the Valentine?
I'm in the underworld.
Okay. Okay. It's all over there. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay.
Shoot it, or I just shoot it.
Alright, I have too many things.
Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. You messed it up.
Damn.
Bro.
How? I keep missing with the damn guns.
Gonna get first place again.
The gun is never for me. Hit him! You can hit them down.
Oh my god. Wait, watch this though.
Damn it! No. No. No!
God damn it.
Oh wait, hold on.
Look, guys, look at this ball.
Oh my god, you're edging it, Mew.
Bro,
Oh my god.
Ah!
I would have gotten second, but I really wanted to show you where that ball was.
Okay. 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 I can make
Come on,
it.
buddy. Come on. Come on.
Slow and steady.
I'm gonna get some water.
You're good.
You got plenty of time. You got plenty of time.
Ah! Oh my god. This game's too stressful.
This is fun. I'm having fun.
Alright.
Fun too.
We gotta wait for Aura to come back with water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't do anything. Just stand.
I promise.
Are you sure?
I promise.
I'm back. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Back? All right.
I'm back.
Damn, I was gonna run into Mew, but Mew got into the car. Oh my god. You missed. Oh my god, thank you.
Your card, by the way.
Hey, you stole my car! Give it back! Hey! I'm still making payments!
Oh my god.
Okay. No, not that way. Let's not hit that way. Let's hit just a bit.
Come on,
Okay.
come on.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Arr! Oh my god.
Owie! Owie, and I'm drowning? Triple whammy?
Where's it going? Don't.
God.
It did. Oh,
Fine.
Jesus!
Fine.
Where am I
My
going?
damn ball.
It's over there.
Damn ball. It's all the way over there?
Can I hit this?
Oh, I'm
I
screwed.
can. Please make
Fine,
it.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm like
Woo!
purposely taking
Oh, wait.
the long way around at this point.
Aha! Angle down, angle down, angle down. Okay, okay.
Stay on, stay on, stay on.
Motherfucker!
Okay, we got this.
We're fine.
No!
Nope, I'm not getting in.
It's right there, it's right there, it's right there. Get up, get up, get up.
Rip. Rip.
Yes!
Oh, let's go!
Second to spare. Let's
Come on, you
go.
gotta lock in.
It's not me in last place.
You can still beat Lottie.
No, don't do that. Don't put that in the air.
Hey, Lottie.
No, get away.
That we're right next to each other.
Get away from me.
I didn't get that clip of me stealing Aura's car. I'm sad.
Right, I got it. I got it.
Oh, fire. I need that.
Or rather, it's on my POV and I'll make a clip of it later. Ow, my
Yeah,
head!
it's okay. It'll still be funny because you're gonna be with your
Okay, it's over there. Okay.
Car, by the way.
Okay, okay.
Where is my ball?
Stop rolling. Stop rolling. There we go. Okay, stop rolling. What's all over there?
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, I took the horrible way to go. Okay. It's just me. Nice, lovely stroll.
Where is my ball? Oh,
Where the fuck did it go? What do you mean it's all the way over there?
Oh my god, the ball. No, it is rolling into the water. I'm doomed. I'm dead. It clipped through a rock.
Oh my God.
Damn!
I'm so doomed. I'm so fucking doomed.
Damn!
That was payback.
It's okay. I got my shot off.
Damn. I can never aim.
I'm the worst.
Okay, I'm gonna just stop using the gun because I can't even aim it no matter what I do.
Quit rolling. Ball, stop it.
Where the hell is the hole? Jesus!
That's what.
Well, that's one way to get to the hole.
It doesn't.
I see that mine.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, I'm stuck in the. I'm back in the fucking building again.
Oh my god!
Oh wow.
Where's my ball?
My ball went backwards.
I had a penalty stroke. Oh wait. Yeah, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay.
Okay, you got this.
I got
Slow and
this.
steady. You got plenty of
Oh
time.
my
You
god.
got plenty of
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Don't worry about me, guys.
Mick it!
I'll be
You
there
son of a
before you
bitch!
know it.
Oh my god!
Come on, come on, come on, come on. You got this.
Yeah!
There you go.
Shit, dude.
10 seconds
I'm
remaining.
not gonna make it in time.
I got blown up.
You got this!
I didn't so t-
One!
I got
Damn!
blown up. Alright.
Oh my god.
Okay, Laura's getting too close.
Damn!
Damn, I knew I was gonna be bad at this. Holy moly.
You're learning. This is your learning training.
I'm
arc.
learning. So are two other people.
12.
Oh, I got myself frozen too, so don't worry, it backfired. Damn!
Damn.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I don't even know where my ball is. Don't worry. Okay, new rule. No one's allowed to pick on me.
Well, I don't think that's a fun rule.
I'm just a little baby.
Oh my god!
Don't pick on me anymore. It's like when you have that family board game night and your little brother who just sucks at games and the parents are like, let him win, let him win.
Bruh. No, wait! I was like, let me shoot you!
No way, fam.
Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Let me go up a bit.
Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. No, you don't see me, I'm not here. I'm not here.
Team you.
No, I'm not here. No.
Oh god, don't hit the water, don't hit the water. Oh, wrong button, I was trying to do the coffee.
Damn.
Penalty stroke, of course.
Where's
Okay.
my ball? Oh my,
Like
you
that.
gotta be kidding me.
Bruh, how do you use the mine? No, why is it down there? You're out of your mind.
Up there. How
You
do
gotta
I
chip
even-
it up.
Oh my god.
Oh
You
my,
gotta chip it up.
okay,
Jeez.
okay.
Oh my god.
Angle your shot up.
Yes, all the way up. Please make
There
it.
you go.
Oh my god.
How am I
you
supposed to
go,
get
come
back up? Y'all,
Climb!
It's pink.
Climb!
No.
where am I? Oh my god.
Oh my god. It keeps
Just get an item, just get the item, just get the item. It'll,
Yep,
it'll carry
I'm
over.
done. I'm done.
You gotta prioritize what you can.
That wasn't my intention, maybe.
No. Oh
Taking him with you is why.
I had to. I couldn't be the only one.
All right.
I wonder if I can beat
No, Lottie, I'm unarmed. I'm unarmed. I'm dead.
I had to, man.
Unarmed man is crazy.
That
Damn.
was almost a hole in one. I almost
Oh my god.
Holy wow.
What?
Oh my god!
What?
No!
Who got a fucking hole in one?
Mew, you messed this
Yeah,
up
that
for
was
all of
Mew.
us.
Fucking go. Holy shit.
Oh my
we were all
god.
fucked.
Right?
Hole in one?
I'm trying. I cannot jump that. I'm running. I'm not gonna make it. Coffee. More coffee, please.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna get items.
Wait, where's my ball? It's right there. It's right there. Wait.
Why did I get a penalty?
Why is it down there? I am not making that. Shit.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I got items at least.
Oh,
Damn, so close.
So close!
wow.
The coffee helped.
I didn't think I was actually gonna hit that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
How is Mew catching up?
That's a
Oh my
wild
God.
play, man.
Bro.
That's
Thank
absolutely
you,
insane.
thank
Bro.
I'm never gonna do it again.
Wait, is that it? Oh shit.
That was all the holes.
Damn, I don't even know how many I actually got. Oh.
Me neither.
Oh, I wanted to see the other one. Rip. Jesus Christ, Mew.
No levels or something?
Like,
There's a bunch of different levels.
yeah, each.
Dude, and I actually started recording before I hit that, so I have the recording of that.
Damn.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Trick shot complete.
Each map has like a certain ranking. Do I have money? Can I buy more things for outfits now?
Wait, that's
I wonder
good.
if I unlocked any.
Oh, I do have money. Okay.
Yeah, you get money every time.
What do I want to add? I like my wait. What do I want? Okay, that's cute. That's all right. I think I'll keep the same eyes.
Ah, finally.
Wait, but that's cute. I'll buy that. Okay.
Oh man. This is a great game to play when I'm getting over laryngitis.
Oh god. Hats. Let me get a cute hat. What do I want? What do I? Little eggy. Halo's cute.
Yeah, I'll put on the halo so you guys know I'm actually an angel.
Okay, so we're all lying to each other.
I'm just a little guy!
Oh wait, let me get a new club.
People with a metal pipe.
Yeah!
I have
Oh,
a
how'd you dodge that?
I have a new club now.
Wait, what? Oh, actually.
It, like,
Oh, I didn't even realize there was a
I
skirt
think your
version.
lag saved you. I think that's what it
Yeah,
was.
but damn thing.
There's
Oh my God.
facials. Nah. Moustache.
I like that you have an axe. That's pretty cool.
Yeah!
Ouch! Now walk.
Okay. I got candy.
Oh, cute! I got a metal pipe.
Nice. So you can break our kneecaps.
I got an
I look
axe.
like a little. Yeah, I look like a little rapscallion.
You do.
Ouch! I'm the little brother. The little brother that's as old as like your grandpa probably. An old man.
All right, let me guys know when you're ready to do another one.
I'm
I
ready.
am ready.
You ready, Mew?
I'm ready.
All right, let's
I
do.
got myself a new outfit outfit because it feels more boyish.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. That was like one of my favorite
Overall
ones.
gang, yes.
All right. What should we
I like
do?
my tutu though.
Let's
I feel
do.
like my tutu looks sleek.
Mew, the overalls
really
in that
cute. I'm gonna
color
have
is
that when I
giving
feel more
Lederhosen. You
Them.
look like a little German boy.
Hmm.
Gosh, Oktoberfest.
Wait, I need to turn up Aura's audio a little bit. Hold on.
Ooh, I can do custom. Okay. We did 18 holes last time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ah,
So we're gonna do our little desert and then take that off. And then frozen.
I can speak. I love talking nonstop. La 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 la.
There we
La,
go.
la, la.
I have you
La,
at
la, la.
300% and you're like only slightly louder.
Bro, what the heck?
Okay.
You know, I don't really have a solution for that. Why
I
don't
mean, you
turn
sound fine for me.
What if you turn me all the way down in the game and then put me on the Discord audio? Would that be better?
Okay, try talking again.
I'm talking A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S.
Oh my god. Did you know they changed the alphabet song?
They what?
They changed the alphabet song. Now it doesn't go LMNOP. It goes LMNO. They like slow it down.
Because so many people rush past it.
It's because
But like that's the best part of the song.
Right? Elemental.
It's meant to help kids with disabilities.
The LMNOP
To, like,
rolls
get
off
through
the
it.
That's
tongue.
fair. That's fair. I think
Yeah.
they just need to change the tune completely because it's like it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is what it is. They need to just change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the specifically the slowing down of that part is meant to help kids with speech disabilities and stuff.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It just I miss the flow. That was like
No,
Baby's
okay.
first
I feel
rap.
like you should- I
The
feel like you
alphabet
should
rap.
still be allowed to do the
Yeah.
rap if you feel like it.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's dealer's choice.
All right. Let me guys know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Ready.
All right. Let's all gang up on Indy. Dang, no one even said yes.
Throwdown?
Ooh.
What is this?
Because this one I think you can do in
Peak map.
peak.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hit that too hard. Oh well.
I didn't hit it hard enough.
It might be too much to the left. Oops.
Okay. How does the mine work?
How did Indy get over there, bro? Like my bag.
Nope.
Where did you come from?
I
Bruh.
think we all aim from different areas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn. No, get back here so I can shoot you. Damn it.
Oh hell yeah!
What?
That's crazy.
Redemption arc, baby!
I didn't even mean to hit it. Return to your ball. What do you think I'm doing? Oh my god. Why is it?
Oh no, Indy got second place.
Bro, I'm gonna just grab myself an item.
What do you mean I got my little halo on?
I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm right there.
Joel.
I'm just a little angel.
Yes.
Oh, look at
Go Mew, go!
you! Go, Mew, go!
Go Mew, go. Go Mew, go. Woo!
Clap, clap.
Let's
Oh, yeah.
go.
We love to see it. Alas.
Add. Oh, I like the kitties.
This music kind of bumping though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kinda
It's
rules.
slapping.
Well, oh, nice shot.
Thank you. Let me turn that on.
Indy's hot maxing. This must be meta gameplay.
Oh my god.
I just feel like it's faster. I don't know if it actually is.
It's like the dodge roll in Ocarina of Time.
Where is my ball? All over there? Okay.
I ain't getting
Oh,
no
they have
items.
a wall so you can't get lost. That's pausing.
I'm right here.
No.
Oh my god.
Whoever did that? No. No. No.
Bruh, I know there's a way to shoot the landmine at people, but I don't know how.
I like that you're still on that.
Like, I've seen people do it. I want to do it. Oh my god!
You moved.
Bro.
Wrong time. I needed the speed boost, man. Sorry.
Ooh, how far did that go? Not far enough. Oh! Who the hell? You're so far away!
Goo goo.
Oh my god.
Goo goo. Goo goo.
Bro.
Goo goo. Are you
Everyone's
trying to hit me with the car? That's
Yes.
crazy. I saw right through your schemes.
You did. Somehow you have eyes in the
Damn
back of
it!
your head.
I could hear the car. I could literally hear it.
Oh my
approaching.
god. How do you aim these damn things?
Oh, this will be funny. I'm gonna do this.
Oh my god.
Oh, how the hell?
Oh, hold on. Down, 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 down. Well,
I knew it would be funny.
God!
I like didn't even go near it, by the way. I did it.
No, my redemption arc!
It's fine. It's fine. You can still lock in. As long as you get it in the hole, that's all that matters.
let's go!
Oh my god!
Just get it in the hole. Just get it in the hole. That's way too hard. Don't do that.
Well,
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm panicking! I'm panicking!
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
No.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Me? Not panic?
you got this!
Don't
Well,
panic.
I think there was some panicking.
Shit! Oh, down to third after one hole!
It's fine. It's fine. You can still lock in.
Oh, owie.
Ooh, ouch. Ah.
Ouch.
Owie.
Ooh. Ah, ooh. Four. I got no items.
Me neither. Where is my ball going? You better not go out of bounds. Oh, we're right there. We're good.
Shit. Ow.
That sounded like that hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, how do you aim these damn items?
The music sounds like classic, like Sonic music. So good.
Where is it going? Where is it going? Where is it going? Don't go out of bounds. Thank you. Why am I all the way up here? Oh my god.
Yeah, you thought.
Damn.
I have got him.
I really should have figured out what all these items did before playing. Damn it.
It's fine. You learn as you go. Yeah, you thought.
Oh my god. I will never figure out.
Back, by the way.
I will never figure out how to do this.
Ball. Oh, here it is.
Okay, I'm running. Yeah, I'm running.
Yeah, you thought.
I wasn't aiming for you.
Stop giving me mines if I can't use them.
Yeah, you thought.
Wait, where is it? Oh, it's over there.
Alright.
That's just your response. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, alright.
Damn. No, get in!
Shit.
Damn it! It was right there.
I know. Indy did that to me earlier.
Oh!
Did I get it in? Did I get it in? No, you hit me right before I could get it. Ah!
You got this, Aura.
Are you eating chips right now?
It's a honey bud. It's a honey bud. Aura, you got this.
Arg. Damn it.
Oh, it's a tight
it
race
hurts.
right now. It's a tight
Oh, it
race.
hurts. You guys, for you guys, maybe it's a tight race. race for you guys. Maybe.
No, it's a pretty it's a fun.
We're all almost even.
Alright.
I'm so glad I didn't do it.
Joke's on you.
Yeah, just on you how to fucking rock it, bro.
That didn't work.
Sorry, I meant just on me
Damn.
how to fucking rock it.
Oh, I figured out how to hit it, but I don't know how to aim.
I hope that gets in.
Nah, cause I don't trust y'all.
Does that clear the water?
That is not clearing the water. I'm not even gonna try.
How do I get around the water is the question.
You don't?
Who posed me?
That was me.
Wait, where's my ball? Oh, it's right here. Woo!
Don't do it, don't do it. Don't do ah! Ouch! Okay, just focus, Aura. Just focus.
Yeah, of course.
And here comes the panicking. The panicking is starting.
Don't panic. Don't let the panic settle in. You can still do it.
Oh my god, my ping.
Let's go!
Hey! Hey! Well, my
There you go,
ping
there
is
you
really
go.
weird. Just watching my ball stutter in real time. Like, I'm in California.
We
like,
made it!
I'm not in like Russia or something. Like what?
You okay?
I have a VPN on. Sometimes if you use a VPN, it'll mess up your game in ping, like your ping in game.
No, I'm actually too technically illiterate to know how to use a VPN.
We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
No! Wait, I didn't mean to set that up there! Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it hit you too?
Okay, bro.
My bad. I was trying to toss it. Thank you. Damn!
Let's go, the hit! Sorry, I needed this big boost in me.
Oh my god. No. Oh my god! Yes, the damn hill was in the way.
I literally like placed it in front of you, so I didn't think he was gonna get it.
Oh my god! Can I please just get a hit? My bad.
Penalty.
Not really.
Bye, Lottie.
Hi.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I was literally about
What?
to shoot you with the gun to stop you.
Oh my bad, Mew. I didn't mean to do it. You just happened to be in the way.
Come on, you guys.
How am I supposed to hit this?
Stick together.
How am I supposed to
Oh my
hit
God, you're in
this?
my way. Hold on.
Yo!
Sorry.
How am I supposed to hit this? There we go.
Oh. You got this, gang.
Where is it going?
Oh, what the heck was that?
Come on,
Penalty.
Mew. Come on, Mew. You're so close.
What?
Are you
no.
kidding me? Are you Nick freaking joking
Lottie,
right
you got
now?
It's right there. No! The angle.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Dude, I held my mouse for like half a second too long.
Oh my god. These sand maps are gonna be the death of me.
You're the one who picked them. You picked the maps.
Well, I didn't think it'd be like this. Yeah, I'm just
Whoa.
decide to take someone out.
Ah, you got the spring shoes, evil.
Hit him with the bibbity bobbity boop. And also this gun I found.
Damn!
Oh God! No!
Is that clear? Oh, it does.
Beans.
Oh, it doesn't.
Ouch.
Ooh, that might have been too far. No penalty. No penalty. Oh, don't do a penalty, please. Oh, let's go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I get that.
Whoa, Indy, you don't want to do this.
What do you mean?
Damn.
Oh my God, I'm stuck!
Real.
It's too late, I already hit it.
Oh, I still hit you. It's fine.
I don't know how to get out of here. I might be doomed. I guess I have no choice but to die.
Damn.
Well, rip, I guess.
Woo, that was close.
That was a good shot.
Good thing I've got this handy dandy golf cart.
Get in, get in, get in. Let's go.
Let's go!
Dottie, can you move, please?
I can't, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
You just gotta knock Lottie out the way with your bat.
Yeah. Just slow and steady.
Don't fall off. Don't fall off, Ara. Ara.
Please do not fall.
Okay.
You got it? You got it?
Okay. Holy shit!
You're almost there. You're almost there.
Final stretch.
Oh, that was way too hard.
You're good. You're good.
Oh my God!
One good, powerful stroke.
Seconds remaining.
Come on. Stroke it in the hole. I believe in you.
Oh my God!
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Quick, quick, quick.
Skill shot!
Oh God! Beans.
Need some fictional man candy. I can put a
You
say.
need your caddy.
Someone said I need some ASMR for to get blocked in. I mean,
Yeah.
I can listen to it, but I can't put it in chat or on stream because it's very spicy.
NSFW.
Yes.
That DP one you posted a pic of?
I haven't bought that yet, but I have a bunch of other ones. Look, if it gives you 2 characters in ASMR, you expect DP.
It's true. It's true. I would also
Whoa.
expect DP.
But I can play Kohai breeding season though. There's 2 actually. There's 2 volumes that I own, both of them, and they're wonderful.
You own both of them.
Yes, they're so good.
Sponsored by DL site. Yeah.
I wish, man.
Really should sponsor
They
you.
follow me on Twitter though, so that's the funny part.
You gotta email them.
Like, bro,
Right.
I
I'm
owe,
interested in a business
With the amount of
collaboration.
promotion-
bro,
With the amount of promotion you do for them, at this point they owe you money.
Literally.
bro, I own like 200 of those Java CDs.
Yeah, get your money, girl. Like,
Okay,
get your bag.
do not fall.
Up there where my ball
Do
is.
not fall.
My ball is on top of like a butte.
Where is it? Okay, there we go.
Where the fuck? My ball. I cannot access my ball. Okay.
You got it?
Thank God.
Stay
I
locked
think
in.
so. Oh my God.
Ooh, where'd I go? Where'd I go? I hear a car.
This is.
Bro, almost tried to hit me. Damn. How do you aim those?
Oh, this is going awful.
Ooh, just miss.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh no.
Haha. Got it. Oh my god, Indy, you're actually in my way.
Just hit me out the way then. Smack me with your bat.
Oh, it goes past you.
Oh, well, sometimes it doesn't. That was just lucky.
Wait, you're gonna get in? You're gonna get in? No! You! How do I... Bruh, Mew, you're killing me.
Get it in hole in one, baby. Hole in one.
Guys,
Rip.
not only do I need points, I need to eat as fast as I can so I can get
Wow,
rid
this
of
is
the food.
terrible. No, this is actually terrible.
You can still recover.
Don't you lie to me.
I mean, you can recover.
It's just not
hole in
four.
one, that's what I did.
Yeah, just get a hole in one. Easier.
Oh my god.
Alright, bro.
How do these... I'm still stuck on how to get the damn mines work. Did I... Why am I down there? Where am I? Oh my god. Okay.
Cool if that actually made it.
Right?
That would be incredible.
I got it. I got it. Okay, we can do this. Please make it somewhere. Did it make it? Okay.
Oops.
Do we have
I
to...
drowned.
Well, wait. Woo!
Do we have to parkour?
God, no!
Yeah, but I forgot how. I forgot how you parkour. I think it's...
How do you make this?
I just had spring shoes. I got lucky.
I think you have to, like, Jesus, jump somehow. Like, I think was it
No!
control to vault?
Oh, is it control?
Oh! Okay. Okay. I
Oh
did
my
that
god.
My bad. Did you guys make it?
I'm coming, I'm
I'm
coming.
so sorry. Yeah, control.
I'm in.
Control.
I'm here. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming.
Holy moly.
No! Mew! Run!
I'm good, bro. Don't worry. I know.
Yippee!
Come on, you.
What?
Mew, come on!
10 seconds.
I can't make that second jump. Every time I get to the edge, I just slide off.
Are you hitting control right at the end?
Yeah. I don't know why I can't.
Control!
Like, I can just...
Oh, you did it.
Oh, wow.
Now we know how to do it for next time.
Yeah, next time, now we know.
No, I made it to the rock.
Go off the rock to the next part that
Oh my god.
you
Yeah.
kept falling in.
Jesus.
Alright, vertigo.
What is this?
5, 4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go!
I'm so glad that wasn't aimed at me. Wait. I forgot you had a second shot.
Obvious. Ouch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jesus.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to hit you. That's why I missed. I was literally just trying to get rid of it because I only had one.
What do you mean? No! My ball's over there! I didn't mean to jump! Y'all, what am I supposed to do?
Rip.
I might as well just jump off. Wait, where's it gonna place me? Please next to the ball. Thank you. Literally, my ball is right here. Don't use it.
What am I supposed to do here?
I guess you're stuck. The box.
I guess I'll die. I don't really understand how the box thing works.
It's supposed to give you, like, mobility items.
Oh, well, too bad they killed me.
It's fine. It's
I
fine.
can't hit my ball! No! It's at the worst possible place.
Just chuck your ball. Get rid of it.
I'm trying. It won't let me hit it if I get too close. Bruh. Okay.
I almost fell off.
Let me just do it this way. There we go. No!
Get in. Get in here. Hurry up.
Where is my... I'm not gonna make this one.
You can do it. You can do it. You see faith, luck, and pixie dust.
Ball.
Ow!
Oh my god. please work with me.
Why
Oh,
is it
please.
so far?
Wait, Lottie, I know how you can lock in. Imagine you're up against Silas right now. You're on a golf date with Silas.
Bro, don't tell me that. I'm gonna be too flustered with Silas.
Rip.
Damn it.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Well.
I'm still in second place. I'm still in second place. Oh, the snow ones.
Oh, he beats you.
I like that it's called Tiger Woods.
Oh my god, I just realized that.
Tyga.
Yeah.
2, 1, go!
Off I go. I still need to figure out how to... Ooh, what on? Damn! I'm not touching that. Okay. There we go.
The way I just flew across the screen when you hit me.
I actually hit someone!
Owie! I was in the woods.
My bad. I had to hunt you.
For sport?
Yes. My ball is stuck! Where is it going?
Yeah, I saw that landmine.
Oh, we're good. I'm still behind. I'm still behind. Perfect!
Let's go! Thank you for that air horn.
Damn.
Damn it! No, it's
I
so
still got it
far
in
away.
though. You hit me, but it was
far
too
away.
late.
I'm so far away.
I'm right here.
This is fire.
There we go. Made it.
Oh my
Come
god!
on, you still have 20 seconds.
You're good. You're good. You got this.
You're still with it. More chips.
Oh, sorry. Snack time.
Oh my god!
Lottie, did you pick that club because you liked
There you
it?
go. There you go. There you go.
Did I what?
Jesus
Did you
Christ!
pick that club because it was...
It cuts you off.
It cut you off right when we transitioned.
I said, did you pick that club because it was the favorite out of the ones there?
Yeah.
12,
I guessed right. The thumbnail's right.
All my shit froze when that happened.
Got this. I got this.
Me flailing on the ground in the snow. Yippee!
Oh, I didn't even hit it.
Oh, this is actually a horrible idea.
Yeah, I'm just... There we go.
Damn, I missed. Unfortunate.
Were you trying to hit me?
What? No, that'd be silly.
Yeah, very silly. I'm just going... Oh, moon juice. Nice.
Damn.
Okay, okay.
Oh god, there's water. Okay. I don't remember how to do this. Oh, that's out. I
Well, don't do
bumped into
that.
the water and died.
No!
Oh my god, I'm really terrible at this. I'm actually really terrible at this.
Damn it, how I keep missing these damn things. You're so lucky I have shit aim.
I know!
Died, yeah. Died to my death. Okay, alright, let's see. Let's even the odds here a little bit. Where the hell's my ball?
Make it! Make it! No! You!
It was an accident.
No, it was not. Oh my god.
I really was trying to make the hole, man.
No! That's bad.
You, I swear to god. Make it, girl. Second place. Let's go. Oh my god.
Almost there, I'm almost there, I'm almost there. I'm
All
almost
right, you
there.
got this, you got this.
No.
Shit!
Nah, I'd win.
Oh my god.
Arg! Oh god, I'm so
Yes.
I was right. Hold on.
Mew,
Shit.
bane of my
I was
existence.
right. No, listen. I promise I was trying to hit it behind you, but in my head I said it'd be really funny if it hit hers.
Oh
and
my
it did.
god. Luckily I have no weapons on me. No! God damn it.
Ouch! I deserve that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god, did I launch my ball into fucking outer space? What the
Where
hell
are
is
we
that?
going?
Oh, yours is closed.
Okay, okay, it finally came
Okay.
down. I was like, Jesus. I saw it reaching the high heavens. I thought my ball ascended to the next realm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, getting down here is so hard.
Indy! Indy! Why?
I had
Oh
to.
my god! No, you didn't! You literally did not.
Hey, Indy.
Yay!
We're just boogieing.
You got this, Aura!
Please, I beg you. I beg you!
You gotta.
A little more. They're so close. They're so
Am
close,
I
Aura.
last place again? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I like how y'all are like, yeah, you got this, but it's like, no! Fine, holy shit,
If you
holy
play
shit.
well,
I'm
you could
almost-
still get third.
Hey! When I'm right here?
Just saying. You want me to lie to Aura?
Yes?
That is so funny. Ah!
Damn.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I have no idea where my ball went. Alright.
I see your ball. It's right beside me. Where's the
Go,
That's a
bro,
dangerous
right next
place
to
for it
each
be. I don't
other.
know if I want to go to my ball right now.
You're good.
Oh my god!
We're making it.
If I could get a hole in one, that would be sick.
Isn't it too late for a
It's
hole
too
in
late
one?
for that. You're already
I'm
too
just,
far
I'm
away.
just like, in the future, you know, I'm daydreaming. I'm being ambitious.
You're like, one day.
One day I'll get a hole in one.
Today is not that day, but one day.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Oh, my ball's all over here. I'm not even paying attention.
I just gotta believe in myself.
That's what you get for hitting.
It's true. Need that protagonist power to kick in.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, being terrible at video games is kind of part of my brand at this point.
But like, it's endearing though, you know? It's like charming.
Part of my brand is if I don't get good at a game, I start eating myself. So I have to do this.
You eat yourself?
Yeah.
Are you
Like-
made of candy? Or are you just a cannibal?
Yeah. I taste like strawberry milkshake.
Oh.
Ooh,
I'm
Get
already
in!
eating too.
Get in, damn it! Let's go!
throw my ball back too. You know what? That's karma.
Damn.
Oh man, I did it.
Oops.
I
Not too
accidentally-
hard. I saw what you were
my
trying
God.
to do there.
I need more water. I'm gonna go grab more water. I'll be right back.
You're good.
Okay.
Go in.
Damn.
Finish.
Did you just get launched?
Yep.
What was that?
Oh my god. Ugh.
Wait, are they back? Are they back with water yet?
No, they are not.
Alright, do we want to wait?
Yeah, we can wait.
I'm back. Let's go.
Oh,
Okay. Cool.
It's fine. I was hitting your maximum anyway.
Damn.
Just hit air hard.
I still have these damn mines. Oh well.
Do it.
It's on the ice. It's whoever wants it.
Thank you. I got closer to my ball faster.
No. That's the opposite of what I wanted.
Oh, the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also fragile ice. If you, I think if it explodes, then the ice turns into water, so people can fall in and drown.
Oh, delightful!
Fire! I love sabotage in my friends.
Ooh, that was close.
Dude,
Why is my ball in the ice?
that was like the most horrible like shield ever. Like you put it up and then aura shot came from behind you, bro.
Ah, yeah. Please don't crack on me. Just get away from the ice. Who was that? Oh my god, I'm stuck on the ice. Please don't crack.
Owie!
Oh, we're good.
Oh my god!
Why is it on the ice? Oh my god. Please don't. Please don't.
We're slip and sliding right now.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Come on, just get in the hole.
Okay, as long as I'm not on this damn ice.
I'm begging. I'm begging you.
I'm
Please?
begging you.
Oh, thank god. Oh, thank god. Okay, okay.
Put your loving hands up, baby.
You got this.
It's kind of fun having a little slip and slide.
Yeah.
Hard disagree.
Oh, look at you!
Oh my god.
Ah. Jesus Christ.
It's
Wow.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Nice shot.
Thank you.
Yippee! Nice shot.
Nope, nope. It armed itself.
Hit other people's balls away.
Bro, that would be so much chaos.
That would be so evil.
Have we noticed that you missed? You missed.
No,
You missed.
Didn't miss me. Gee whiz.
Thank you.
Who's doing tight?
Where is my ball? We're good.
That was a total accident, actually. I'm
yeah,
so
no,
sorry.
I figured that was an accident actually.
I'm too locked in on my own shit.
Damn it.
But that wasn't.
Oh my god. Bro, the way I cannot aim in this game.
Okay, the question now is how do we get okay.
I'm here for the landmine arc. I will attempt to hit someone with the landmine. I can't aim it properly. I only got it done once and I blow myself up. Okay. Okay, okay.
Brother!
Ooh.
Brother! Scar!
Make it!
brother.
Make it! Oh, I made it.
I crave the loops.
There we go. Wait, where's my ball? Oh my god, it's all the way down here. Yippee! What do you mean it's all the way down here? I'm too full of
Go
coffee.
in the hole, come on! Give me a break, go in the hole, come on!
Oh my god,
Oh,
negative
Lottie,
rizzing
got
the
that.
hole right now.
I'm running.
Lottie,
Please, 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 please!
Please.
I'm running. Angle down.
Lottie, if you had aim slightly to like the left, you would have gotten that.
Okay.
Hi, Milo! Yes, I'm having fun. Thank you for being here.
Oh, finally. Okay.
I love you.
God damn it, you.
Left.
Second place. Back in second.
I'm having fun.
Oh my
Having
god.
Fun. That is the
Yes.
whole point.
Fun. Ooh.
I'm having so much fun.
Everyone's
Me
having
too.
fun.
Second place, so this is actually kind of fire.
1, go!
I hit it
The
max
violence.
every time, so it's just like
During
a waste
Pride
of
Month
time.
is crazy, by the way.
During Pride
It's
Month.
okay.
Happy
I'm
Pride.
also. I'm allowed to do it. I got the pass.
Oh no!
Okay, run, girl, run! 2
It's gay on
boots.
gay crime.
Oh God.
Oh, a gay's favorite activity is being homophobic.
We're homophobic together.
Together.
Uh-oh.
Happy Pride.
Uh-oh.
Happy
Oh,
Pride.
I see it sliding down. Rip.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Ball, please, ball, please. I'm begging.
Bro, I still have this damn cart.
Use it.
I'm not trying to crash. I'm gonna just hop out. It's right here.
Why'd you use that?
I don't know what it is.
Oh my God! How do you hit? How do you have perfect aim from far freaking away?
I'm in danger of being injured at any moment.
You know what? That's fair. You do have a
Thank you for the
point there.
hydrating, Milo. I will drink water as soon as I'm able, I promise.
You can drink water now.
Nuh-uh.
No. Locked in right now.
Nuh-uh.
He's locked in.
Yeah.
He can't.
Yeah.
What if the extra hydration throws off their aim?
Oh my God. I'm right there. Woo!
Chip in, baby!
Hit, girl.
Go in the hole. Go in
We
the
call
hole.
that a skill shot.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes. I'm drinking water now.
Yeah, me too. I'll drink water too.
Let's
Here's, I'll
go.
drink that.
What?
Clink.
Dude.
Dang,
Alright,
I'm
I'm
in the
gonna.
thousands. What you say? You're gonna what?
It cut out. You just said, I'm gonna, and then it cut out.
Oh my god.
Just imagine your own threat.
I'm gonna send you a clip of what just happened because I shot at you, and like right when I shot it, you put the shield up. And like
Oh,
blocked the
that's
bullet.
so good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All of us fighting for this damn thing. Woo! Hey, you put Mew closer. God damn it. Give me an item. Ow. Oh, you missed.
Damn. I won't next time.
Whoa.
Next time.
Damn, it didn't hit you.
Thank you.
I got
We're having a
you.
shootout down there.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my god, I got double smacked. I got hit
How
by
am
that,
I
and
supposed
then
to
I got
hit
by my own
this?
ball.
Did that happen to me?
Where are you going? Don't go out of bounds.
Ball.
Of course you went out of bounds. Okay, okay.
How am I supposed to get my ball? What the fuck? It's way over there. How am I supposed to get my ball?
Pray?
You
Oh
pick a
my
god and
God.
pray.
Oh my god.
Oh, I made it. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, of course. Don't fall. Don't fall!
That was so funny.
What do you mean? Do you just teleport?
kind of.
Bro, give me a boost item. The shoes aren't gonna do shit.
You're so good with like the close shot.
I just used the little aim thingy on there.
That's what I'm
Where's my
doing, but
ball?
like, I feel
I
like
made
it's
it.
lied to me.
I made it.
Don't slip, don't slip, don't slip.
It's because my friends are gamers, so in order to like not completely lose to them, I have to learn.
Or stop
That's
losing
real.
your balls. Can't lose what you never had.
Oh my god.
How do you win? Sorry, I just processed it.
Let's go.
And my first thought is, are you a dog?
Oh my god.
Is this the final one?
I
Or
think
is there one
so.
more?
I don't know.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yes, final one.
Oh shit.
Well,
No! Oh, Lottie! Lottie! Every damn Lottie!
I mean, if we're together, I gotta use these as the last one.
We are not together. Oh my god. Alright.
Oh my god, my ball's like on the verge.
Oh my god, was that you?
That was me.
Got me rolling down this damn hill.
Wait, how do we get over there?
of these items and pray.
Gotta get an item and pray.
Yeah. How am I supposed to? Oh, it's over there. Holy shit.
I made my ball across. I just couldn't make me across, you know?
Oh, I got you.
Baby steps, baby steps.
Ain't no way! Ain't no way! Where do I live? Where's my ball? Where am I? Where's everybody else? Oh my god.
I'm near the hole.
How am I so terrible? There's a limit! No wait, the limit does not exist. Never mind.
The limit does not exist.
We've been over this already.
Ooh, that was a bit too far.
Hey guys, I call timeout! Timeout! No golfing! Timeout!
What do you mean time out?
Timeout! Timeout!
Oh shit, there we go!
Damn it.
Making my ball across so I could just focus on running was a smart idea.
Damn.
Look at you. Oh my god, get in there. There we go.
Oh, that was too slow.
Wait for me, Lottie! Hole
Book
is
it.
not far.
I mean, where are you?
Oh my god, all I think of is that red note comment where it's like, wait for me.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I was going for. I'm glad you picked that up.
Make it.
Oh,
I'm
oh
in.
my God.
Just hit it as hard as you can.
Run and pray.
Where's my ball?
Oh.
Ah. Okay, well maybe not as hard as you can.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Man.
That was so much better than our first playthrough. I actually got somewhere.
Yeah.
I actually got into the thousands. Jesus.
Good job.
Alright.
Good
Jump.
job.
Woo! I'm so sad I couldn't get the landmine thing going.
Well, oh golly.
Let me see. I have money. I can buy more
Here,
things.
come here. Why are you so
No.
huge?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I can get
that? You, like-
dances.
Got math size.
Don't do it.
Well, it's hilarious.
Do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait, that looks nice
Just hold
too.
still.
Don't do it. Just
Just
don't
hold
do it.
still.
Just don't do it.
Just stay still.
No, I'm good. Hello, Stacy.
Alright.
Welcome
Wait, I
welcome
like
in.
that.
Alright, let's see if I can afford anything.
I got some dances.
I like this one a lot. The default dance is pretty good. Man, the balls are not it. They need more balls.
Yeah, they do need more balls.
Oh my god. Ooh, I can get a bow. We'll buy the bow.
Cool masks. Cool masks.
There we go. Now I have the bow.
Let's see. They need more hair.
Let me... Ooh, no, resume.
They need more everything.
They do. How do I...
I think I'm good. I don't think I need to spend another dollar ever again.
Yep.
Damn. Damn. Alright.
Alright. You guys ready to go again?
Hell yeah.
Alright, let me
One second, I
see...
have to do something real quick.
You're good, you're good. I just want to see... Damn, which ones have we not done? Courses...
Why do the golf carts have tank controls?
Oh, you know.
Beginner, custom, all holes, expert. Do you
I
guys...
didn't even know you ran her over.
Damn, are you running me over?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, we're
payback.
playing bumper cars now with Mew.
Jesus.
Aphrodite Lottie.
Thank you. All right. Oh my god.
Oh, where the heck did you go?
Let's see.
Oh my god!
Mew!
Hmm.
Sheesh.
Hmm.
Oh, Lottie, come out. I want to show you something real quick.
Yee. Oh, well, I should have seen that one coming, honestly. Wait, get back here.
No.
Get back here.
Pride Month? No way.
Yeah,
No way.
get back here.
No way. No way. No.
Oh, I got into the ocean!
Whoa. My ping just had something crazy happen.
Oh my god, it almost hit me.
Okay, Lottie, go ahead. Get the next levels, Lottie. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Don't worry, Lottie.
No, you guys are gonna hit me.
Actually, oh jeez. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do a BRB so I can, you know, use the facility. So feel free to abuse my my lifeless corpse all you want.
Okay.
I'll be
The
right back.
husk of your shell.
You're good.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So you know, yeah, feel free. Have fun.
I'm a sit.
Oh, if I can get over this bump.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oops, gotta reverse it.
In reverse, in reverse.
There we go. Oh, oh.
Wait, I'm gonna go get the other card so we can try to fly again.
Yeah, we can
You're
just throw
good.
them as far as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna come back and they're not gonna know where they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Candy braid. What do I want to eat?
Oops. I accidentally hit them in the ocean.
Well,
Oh.
forgot I had taffy.
Not me coming back and seeing me.
Ah!
Yeah, whoopsie. I hit you a
Wow.
little too
We're
hard.
back.
You came back at the perfect time.
Alright, I'm good whenever. To do whatever. Ay, ay, ay.
Damn.
Salute.
All right. Courses. We're gonna do all the expert ones.
Oh.
Sounds good.
Hello. Well, I'm
Wow,
trying to set up everything.
Alright, we in it, gang.
We in it.
Never
Where
fall
we
asleep
dropping,
first
boys?
at the sleepover. Yeah, that's what happened. I fell asleep at the sleepover first.
2, 1, go!
Where'd you go, buddy? Mine. I swear to God, I will figure out how to do this.
Oh, oh.
Okay. Yes, grab that.
This doesn't look.
No way! I want to figure out how the mind works.
You got this.
Oh, I set it up instead of actually trying to hit it. Damn it.
How do I? Where do I?
So you aim the ball towards the hole.
That is a crazy thing to say to the person in last place. But
You know, I thought maybe it might help.
I needed to hear it. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
It's a little tip from me to you, you know?
Damn it, I
Yeah,
missed.
I appreciate it.
I'm
Okay.
always looking out for my fellow man, you know?
Oh, I drowned. Okay. Do I gotta go around? How the hell do you get past that?
I could have waded through there, huh? I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Just, yeah.
Okay.
I could have waded right through.
No, wrong button!
Why?
I might not make it. Never mind. I got an item. Oh, come on.
Seriously?
I got an eagle.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Professional player.
I didn't mean to do that, but okay. These damn cameras in my face.
Hi guys, I made it to the hole finally.
Hi. Wait, is that you? Is that what the cameras are?
Yeah, the cameras are us watching you.
So in my face.
10 seconds remaining.
I hear you, damn it.
No! Don't pressure me!
No!
Oh, but that gives you a good shot. Oh, never mind.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jeez Louise.
Was it my own?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out how to hit the boat.
Alright. We're here again?
I'm, s-
3, 2, 1.
I'm sorry.
Lottie, I swear to God! Lottie, I swear to God!
I had to.
I know you did not.
Damn it, I missed.
What?
Nothing. Damn.
The disrespect.
Nice
Damn.
try.
I can't aim worth anything.
Where's my damn ball? Here it is. Wow, my ball went a ways. Thank you,
Okay.
ball. Thank you, ball. I love you, ball.
No! I didn't make the check. Are you serious? Oh, I'm right here. I'm right here. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Are you serious right now? What do you mean penalty?
Go in the hole.
This is gonna be funny.
Bitch, if you don't get up.
Go in the hole, please, please, please. What? 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 What?
I set up my own landmine. Oh, that's so funny.
Go in the hole, please, 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 please. Yeah! Woo!
Oh, that was too
I
much.
got way too excited for being in a second.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ball just cheated. Did we all watch that? It literally bounced back. Why was that?
Rollin', rollin'.
Basketball when it bounces
There we
off
go.
the rim before it goes in.
Oh my god.
Well. Alright. Oh, not this guy again.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Guy no one invited.
5, 4,
Oh, I'm not next to Aura.
Thank God.
Damn.
Fuck, I was trying to do that.
Where am I? Okay.
Shit.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, I needed to see.
Okay. I see that. I'm not gonna hit that. Yeah.
I wonder.
Damn, how do I keep missing? You're literally right there. What?
Woohoo! Hot dog!
Where's my ball? No! I'm not even going to try. I'm not even trying. That's too far.
No, you got this, guys.
Return to your ball. Pshh.
Remember, it's Pride Month. You gotta be proud.
Oh, I'm very proud.
Oh my god.
You got this, gang. Come on.
Oh, that's too much. Whoa.
Let's go!
Oh my god, he drowned!
No, Mew, your ball was right there.
Come on, Mew, you got this. You got this, Mew, you got
Gang
this.
Screwed you.
Just a little love tap, just a little love tap, just a little love tap.
Whoa.
Oh my God, you were done so dirty.
Damn.
Dude, that should have made it in, bro. There's
That- The disrespect is crazy, Mew. I saw that.
That's actual disrespect in the game. What the hell?
Nah.
You want me to eat the game for you?
3, 1.
That caused my game to freeze for a second.
But I stopped holding my shot because
Sorry, I was eating your game.
Yeah, you were.
Promised.
Oh, wrong one.
Indy, my ping made you, like, float. It was very magical.
Oh my god, I'm a little magical boy.
Yeah, you're like an angel for real.
Damn!
For real, for real.
Oh crap, what am I doing?
I'll tell you what though. Could an angel do this?
Don't do it. Ah, I said don't do it, and you did it. Just couldn't help yourself.
Did it make it? Where is it going? Where is the ball going? Please make it.
Oh, you know.
Oh, you know.
Ooh, I think we're good.
Oh, that's going in the water.
No! Ouch. How are you seeing everything?
Mm,
How do you know?
Oh, I was talking about me.
damn. Oh, penalty stroke. Well.
You get.
Why is it going down this damn hill?
We're all struggling, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, that was
Oh my
point
God.
blank. How
Please
was
no penalty stroke. I think it.
immunity
Yep.
From the last time I got hit.
that? I was like, what?
If yeah, if somebody has like a little shield on them, that means that they're immune.
Oh, one.
Yeah, I just didn't see yours.
Oh,
I was like,
Oh.
what? Yeah.
get good.
Oh, no!
Yahoo! Redemption arc for real this time.
Oh my
Baby.
god.
Oh my god, I'm out of water again. What the hell?
Yeah, Indy just like ran in front of my wall trying to block the shadows.
Oh no!
Oops.
Oh,
Oh, what do you mean? Come on. I made it. That's all I care about.
Oh. Mew, you and I are neck and neck.
yeah. Let me lock in. My bad. Hold on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Damn it! I wasn't fast
Okay.
enough.
That doesn't count.
Damn it!
Nice try. Ouch! What?
Damn. I wish that was me. Nah, I'm gonna go around.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you mean?
And I see that one too. I want this though. Okay, okay.
No, my ball! My ball!
So in such a terrible spot. Okay.
You think your ball's in a bad spot?
Bro, I'll figure it out. I swear to God. What do you mean? You're down here.
Taking it up? Is it staying up? Is it staying up? Whew.
How did you miss that?
I don't know. I'm terrible.
Get in! Get in! Get in! Yeah!
My ball's gonna fall. Stop rolling. Oh my god, the coffee's making me too fast.
No! Okay.
Where is it going?
Go in the hole. Go in the hole. Yes! Okay, I'm gonna get more water.
Okay, girl. Okay, you got this. Come on,
lock in,
come
lock
on. Yes. Pure satisfaction.
Fine.
Oh my god!
Ah.
Face!
Wait, I got an achievement for that.
Hey.
They're still watching it roll.
Look at it go!
Finished.
Oh
Woo.
my god.
Is this the one where I made the hole in one? Or it was...
Believe in you. Yeah, this is where you just
Make a hole in one.
You can attempt.
this is where you turn the tables.
I make a hole in one? That's what I want to know.
I want to know if I can do
3,
it.
2, 1.
Damn! Oh, oh, I hit someone, but they're already down. Okay.
Make it please, make it please.
Dude, I should have
Make
aimed
it
it better.
please,
That
I'm
was-
begging.
I did it!
That was close.
Wait, I could
Almost
possibly
around.
make that.
Nice try.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I could. Ah!
No way.
Oh, that was close. No, my ball! No!
Some fast running shoes.
Oh, they're good.
That works. Oh shit.
Oh, girl! Yes!
Bro!
Sorry.
You thought! You thought!
Dude, Lottie pushed my ball out of the way.
Good. Good. Look at my dance too. Look if you go. Fine.
Oh my god!
I'll take that.
Indy getting 4th place.
There we go.
That's crazy.
Bruh.
What?
It's okay.
No way.
It's okay.
No way.
It's okay.
Oh my
Even
god.
mighty fall.
What is this?
Oh wow.
That looks horrendous.
Cute little mushroom.
They are really cute. I love the mushrooms.
Damn. We're just stuck like that. Damn, that was mine.
Back right after I walked past it, by the way.
How are
Leave
you
my
so fast? God, I wish I'd seen
add
that.
coffee. Yeah.
That, by the way.
No, I want. How the hell do you set up the damn landmine?
Bro. That was unnecessary.
Well, you didn't run into the landmine, so.
Okay.
Damn it!
Yeah, my bad
Next
for being
try.
able to...
You're right there too. No, where's my ball going?
Demigod level look.
What?
Oh my god!
What? What?
You're out of your mind.
That is
Instant
insane.
replay on that. What the hell? What?
I'm stuck down here. Where's my ball?
I'm shook.
Of
Your
course.
ball.
I am not making this.
Come on, Mew. Come on, Mew.
Come on, get up there.
How the hell am I supposed to get up
No,
here?
no, there you go, there you go. Oh
Okay.
my god, you teched it.
You got this, my lady.
Run!
I am not. Nope, I'm just gonna get an item. And it's a useless item. How the hell?
God, screenshot that.
What?
Screenshot it. Screenshot it.
Otherwise, there's no like way anyone would believe it ever.
Bro, the way I will delete my VOD.
5, 2, 1, go!
Haha! I freaking do it! Ooh.
Oh my god, is my ball like right by the water? Oh, that was close.
Mew keeps taking all the boxes.
Yeah.
Trying to hit me?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did. Ah, shit!
Nice shot.
Thank you.
Ah! Behave yourself! Behave!
Yoink.
What do you mean it's over here?
You stole my car again, Mew! Damn it!
What is this?
I will have my revenge.
What is this? Okay.
I love driving.
How am I? Oh my god, where's my ball? Okay, no, don't fall. Come on, just walk around the edges.
Pure air.
We got this. We got this. You got this. Oh my god.
No! Well, there goes that first place position.
That's what I was saying. Take a screenshot.
Damn.
Great shot. It wasn't gonna last long.
Crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
Okay. Where's my ball? Oh, it's over there.
Ah shit. I'm just gonna. Oh, please go in the hole. I'm begging.
Grab that.
You gotta push it.
To the limit.
Cause we're in it to win it. In it to win it. Oh.
Yay!
Stop!
Alright, I'll take that.
Girly, yes!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh.
Dude, both times I was gonna take my shot, somebody made it and took me.
Whoa.
Oh, crap!
God.
Oh, damn, Aura!
It's because you got so many points.
Whoa.
All you gotta do to win is just get a hole in
I
one.
can't give up my first place.
2, 1.
Shoot! Damn!
You know, we would do better in the game if we would stop doing it all.
What do you mean? This is how you play! Oh my god!
I was looking the other way.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, it works!
Oh my god.
Damn!
Bloody.
Oh, I'm not grabbing that.
Don't go out of bounds.
Oh wow.
Someone exploded.
The range of that is like a lot farther than I thought it was. Like I was not close to it.
Damn.
I'm at a very worst spot. Do not fall off, please.
Oh,
Oh god. That ain't me.
Revenge.
Damn, even with the force field, that doesn't.
Wait, I was on the edge.
I'm at the edge.
I hear a car.
I'm edging.
Bruh.
Please don't fall.
Oh, man.
Has Indy made it?
Not
No.
He's probably made it by now.
Okay.
Nope, I'm gonna save that.
Yet. Now I have.
Grr.
The fucking
Now I can
music, I
hydrate.
feel like I'm gonna die.
Who was the one that set the orbital laser on me?
I don't know.
Oh my god! What do you mean?
Bro,
Oh, that's huge! Big tactics being employed right now.
Made it! Doesn't matter.
10 seconds remaining.
Woo, look at you!
Oh my god. Yeah, there
you're
it is.
fighting for my life.
Oh,
Every single time I'm about to shoot. Let me live, man.
5,
Let me live.
Never.
2, 1.
Oh, I'm looking the wrong way. This is so fun. Oh, I didn't even mean to hit it.
God, evil.
Says the person who shot me.
Right.
I learned it from Lottie. It's
What do you mean? Oh my god. Don't follow after me.
Bro.
I like doing chaos.
Make it.
Where did the bow go? Oh, it's down there. Okay, we're good. Oh shit, not down there. Oh wait, never mind. This could work.
Don't fall. Fall, please. Fall, please. Please fall.
Is this the one with the dang jump?
Woo!
Okay, I gotta jump and then hit control.
No!
There's too many buttons. Too many buttons. Too many buttons.
Oh, you're serious? Oh my god! Who hit me? Who hit me?
Please, please.
No!
Okay.
I'm right here!
Where the hell's my ball?
Come on, come on! Oh, thank god. Oh, thank god.
And the hole is where? The hole is where? I have no idea where the hole is.
Where are you? Why are you over there?
Okay, alright, cool. The hole's right here. No problem. No problem.
Alright, you got 10 seconds. You got this.
Ah!
Never mind. You don't got it.
No. Shit. It's alright. Still second, baby. I can hold on to this.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just get another hole in one, you'll beat me. So
Yeah,
you got
yeah. I'll
this.
just get another albatross, wherever the hell that is.
Okay, we got this. We got this.
2, 1, go!
We're just shooting people at this point. Tony, hello. Yes, we're. Oh my god.
Golf is secondary.
I still don't know how to do this. Okay, hold on. Can I do it? No! I don't think I'll ever figure out how to aim with the landmine.
You're all I've ever needed.
Oh my gosh, the Trolls movie. Muse, stop. No. It's gonna get stuck in my head. Okay, we're almost there.
That I want.
No, penalty! Don't hit me yet. Don't hit me yet. Okay, you can hit me now. There we go. Okay. Okay, you can hit me now.
Well, now how in the hell?
Where are we going? It's nowhere near. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. That won't me.
Why did you do that?
Where is
Don't
it?
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Why did it go on bounce again? Can I hit that? If I can hit that. Oh, I can't hit that. Oh my god.
Ah! That's fucked up.
Okay. Can I hit? No. I think so. Thank you. Please make it. It keeps going out of bounds. I keep.
Next round, yes, but it was worth it.
Okay, hold on.
Well, he didn't hit me, so I don't know if it was worth it.
Okay.
Oh no! Fuck.
Okay, didn't go out of bounds this time. Damn it! Damn it! No. I'm right here.
No, please.
Oh
no.
my
Oh
God.
my god, our balls collided.
That was
Ah!
kind of hot.
Go in. Let's go. We're good.
Dude, everybody's balls are going in but mine.
Damn.
It's okay, our balls touch. That's really nice.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Oh, not ice.
Oh, we're at George. Hi, George.
5, 4,
I don't have any weapons.
12, go!
Oh wait, I do have a weapon. I just didn't. I forgot to use it.
No!
It's
No, no,
fine.
no, no.
I can't aim with it either way. See? That's fine.
Phew.
Oh my god.
Felt like a little Mario character for a second.
Yahoo! Wow.
Was that a soundboard or did you do that?
No, that was
Me.
me.
Wow.
me.
That's impressive as shit, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Just built-in voice box.
Damn it.
Ah!
Yes.
You're next.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're next. Yeah.
Hey, that was me. Oh my god. Landmine. Bro.
Bro.
I figured out how to hit it, but now I need to figure out how to aim it. Oh, that was too low. Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't doing that.
Get in. Oh, just barely second. Just barely. Literally by like half a second.
Woo! You got it, girl. Let's go.
Ball was slower than yours, so I hit it again to make sure I got first.
There we go.
Ay, ay, ay.
Bruh.
Barely clinging on.
Second, I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
I got you. No worries, son.
4,
We'll play baseball after this.
2, 1, 4.
Damn. Is it out of bounds? No, we're good. Okay. Damn. Ooh.
Where the hell is the pole at anyway?
All the way on the
Oh,
other
that
side? Yeah.
Oh, it's all the way that away. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Oh, no! Well, rip.
Please don't go out of bounds.
How are you doing that?
What?
Like, fine.
I need a go-kart.
The item where it's like the golf club with the sparks. If you don't hit anything with it, it lets you fly.
Damn it!
Almost made that.
Come on. Nice. A go-kart.
Okay.
would be Stupendous.
Oh my god!
Damn. I gotta run all the way back over now.
Oh no! 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 It's right there! It's right there! It's right there! It's right there! Stop! No! It's right there! It was right there! There's no shot. There's no shot.
Ah, shit!
Yes!
skipped over.
Still! Haha! Oh my god!
Did anybody see where my ball stopped?
No!
Yeah, I saw it. It was right on the
Oh.
edge.
Dude, it was like it
Go
stopped
home.
right at the edge. It was like halfway over.
Stressful as hell.
Mosquito landed that
Finally! Not in last place. Oh my god. No, not the ice.
It's hard to like actually catch up now. It's so fast.
Oh, we're back on the slip and slide, baby.
4, 3, 2,
God says throw it as hard as you can.
Damn.
Dude, I need to make like a compilation of me tracking people with these guns. I think that'd be really funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Laxi scared the crap out of me!
Moonwalk over here.
Okay. Where are you going? Over there? Okay.
I want a golf cart.
Jesus
Golf
Christ.
cart.
Why are you on the ice? Don't crack.
Oh my god.
This works too.
Okay. Get off the ice. You're good, you're good. No, not back on the ice. Okay,
Whoa,
let's
where
just...
the hell did my ball want to go? Why are you
Please
all the way
don't,
up
please don't,
there,
please don't,
bud?
please don't, please don't, please don't.
Ouch! Ouch! Vehicular manslaughter.
Hey, as a treat, as a treat.
That's a tree.
Stop sliding! Sure, no, not that. Don't go away. Hit that away.
Ah, I fell through the hole.
Haha. Hit it. No, what do you mean you went around the rim?
Over there.
Yes! Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
So far away.
I can
wait,
rest.
Because I fell through the hole.
Good. Oh my God. I can breathe.
I'm running. I'm running.
Woo! Yippee!
Yippee!
Come on, Mew!
You can do it, Mew.
You got this, Mew.
10 seconds remaining.
The sliding is so awful. I hate it.
Right?
Overtime.
Damn it. Damn!
Finished.
Oh my God. Oh, Aura retired!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean,
I'm
uh-oh?
in trouble. I'm in trouble.
5,
I'm in danger.
3,
Literally. I'm
Wow.
scared.
go.
Bro, I died.
Oh my God. I forgot about so many of these damn shoes. Oh, I heard that. I heard that.
Bruh, Indy, why?
What do you mean?
I thought we were chill. Oh my God! Everybody's on my ass right now. Everybody.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it is with spaghetti.
No, what was spaghetti?
What
Yeah,
is
with
happening
spaghetti.
with anything?
Well, you know.
Mom's spaghetti? Knees weak, arms are heavy?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That, no!
Ah.
Where am I? I'm so far away from this
Stop
damn
rolling,
ball.
you piece of shit! Stop rolling! Stop rolling! Ah! Let me hit my damn ball! I swear to God!
Look, someone's been hitting me. I had to get revenge on someone else. You're just a casualty.
Man.
Is that how that works?
It was never about you. It's not personal.
Right?
Nothing personnel, kid.
Personnel, yeah.
Damn. Did we hit each other?
We both had the same idea!
Oh my God. Did you hit yourself off?
Yeah, oh, I think we both hit each other.
I actually didn't fall off. I hit the edge.
Oh shit!
Dude, the aim thing is so hard.
Jesus Christ. Where am I? Okay, we're right there. We're right there. Woo! Bro.
I don't know if I'm gonna make this, but that's okay.
I'm right there. 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 I'm right there.
Uh-oh.
Shut up!
You got this 10 seconds.
Yes!
Stop!
Get in, get in, get in, get in. Just a little tap, left tap, left tap.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God. Almost had a heart attack there, but we're good.
Oh my God, the final hole.
Is this the last one?
Final
Guys, I just
hole.
Guys, I just checked my OBS. I don't have my mic on in OBS.
Oh my God, Mew, no!
2, 1.
Don't do it.
Send
Oh
stream.
no. The audio demons
You thought.
haunt me constantly. I totally get it. I cannot get rid of their ass.
Damn.
Yeah, you thought.
I was trying to hitch a ride.
I know.
No, I almost had it. I almost had it. Woo!
I got an elephant gun with your name on it.
No. I don't want it. You can take it back.
Nah, you're having it.
No, 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 no. No, we're good. We're good. You can get the receipt and take it back. Hey, that was for me. Please let me hit. Please let me hit.
You sound like a desperate guy at a bar.
Damn it. Oh, my ball's not over here. What am I doing?
Oops, that's too far. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. I went through the trees. It softened it.
No, girl, you can figure this out. You can figure this out. I guess I won't figure it
Oh my
out.
God, what was that explosion?
It was me. I'm still trying to figure out how to knock the landmines to people. Okay, where am I? Okay. Damn. Damn it.
Oh my God, come on, get in there.
No, I fell off.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, good, good.
Damn it! No, my ball!
It's okay.
What do you mean? It's right there. Are you guys serious? Oh my god. It was right there.
Oh no, man, that was a really close game.
That was a really
Oh.
close game. I was sweating a little bit there.
Jesus.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Literally killed me, and I still got that shot in for.
Good
Call
job,
that a
Mew.
clean
I
Yo.
was pretty impressed, Mew.
That
Good
was
job.
stressful.
Yeah, you did really well.
Guys,
I needed
I'm
that.
gonna go climb a mountain.
Bro. I need to listen to fictional men moaning.
Yeah, that'll heal us.
So, Pete collab next week, or,
Yeah.
yeah?
I still haven't beaten
So,
Peak.
I'm planning my birthday stream. And I
Ooh.
have to on it, so I don't know.
Hell yeah. So why don't we all line up in a cute little row here, ow, and introduce ourselves because we didn't speak anything in stream.
Oh yeah.
Let's all get in a nice little row and tell
Alright,
them
Okay.
who we are.
In the camera? Can we even make it to the camera?
We can't even see.
If you put it at an angle, you can.
Yeah, if you put it at an angle, you can see it.
I can see half the camera.
Like,
I'm like standing right
That,
behind. There we go.
like the viewers cannot see.
like where I am, I can see you guys on the camera.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
All right, go on the other side so the camera can actually see. Or you can just have your little face there. There you go.
Yeah.
This is good.
That's so much better. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, why don't we go one in front of the camera one at a time?
Okay.
Alright, Lottie,
Yeah, that's what
Lottie,
I'm
you
saying.
pull
And
this
you-
together. Why don't
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Yeah.
Lottie.
Like you guys look at the screen and then one at a time you got the camera.
Yeah.
We'll look
yeah,
at the
yeah,
screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Yes! Hello everyone! I am Lottie Starshot, your local magic girl with a slight, just a slight gotcha addiction. I love fictional men, especially if they're yanderes. I want to get locked in a cage! Woo!
Woohoo!
Who's next?
Alright, I guess I'm next.
Alphabetical order.
I'll go next. Alphabetical?
Yeah.
I don't know my alphabet.
Yeah, they changed that shit up. Did you hear?
They did! Hey guys! Can you see me? Hello. Hi.
Yes. Hi!
Hi.
Praise be, it's me, Aura. I accidentally became a demigod a long time ago, but now I'm finally starting to make the most of it. I like to stream horror games, nostalgic games, and karaoke.
Woo!
Worship me. Thank you. Bye.
We bow! Woo!
Yippee!
Woo!
There's emos, I forgot. Clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, golf clap,
That's what I was
golf
looking for.
clap, golf clap.
Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Hi, I'm INDIDERE. I'm an insomniac sleep magician. I stream at ungodly hours of the night. I do ASMR roleplay, visual novels, and I do tarot readings.
I can't stop
Oh
clapping.
my god. I did a chicken emote, my bad. Okay.
That too was foretold in the cards.
I did a chicken emote, my bad.
I was playing around with them. I didn't know it would make a noise with it.
Alright, Muse turn.
Hello.
Wow, that was cute.
My name is Marionette or Mew or Cat. My pronouns are they, she, it. I do variety gaming. I'm just getting back to streaming. I main Valorant though, so if you like shooter games, come on over. I mainly stream on YouTube now, but sometimes I'll be on Twitch. All at Marionette. Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Clap, 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 clap.
So my pronouns are he, they. I forgot.
Oh yeah, mine are also they.
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
I had to. One more.
Reality says,
One more.
"Great intros. Now it's time to play some golf, right? We just
Bro, we did like 3 rounds of this stressful ass game.
without actually doing our intros first. We are professionals. We are good at what we do. We're
Actually,
professionals.
I'm not a professional. I'm just coming back. That's my excuse.
All right. Well, thank
Taking
you
me while
everyone
I'm
so
down.
much for hanging out with me. This was
The
fun,
problem it
right?
was.
Yeah.
Lots of
Bugs
stress.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had fun.
I'm gonna get a lot of good clips out of this stream.
Dude,
I think, you know,
I'm
I think
so
we're gonna have
sad
some
that my
great ones.
recording was silent for like the first 40 minutes.
Bruh.
Oh.
I'm so mad.
That's okay. We can use audio for one of us. Like we can
That's true.
We can put.
Yeah, you got 2 other backups.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
That's
I
the
make
nice
any
thing
clips,
about a
I'll put them in the
collab.
group chat.
Any of your fuck ups, you can just like rely on someone else.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yay. Exactly.
That's why magical girls are a team.
Fun with this group. So if you just want to find more stuff, let me know.
Yee. We can definitely play other friendship slap games. I heard Repo has new updates with cosmetics now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't touched Repo in forever.
I played it one time.
I think I played it
I've never
twice.
played
It's so good. Lots of cool, scary monsters who come and try and kill you.
Oh, I got a nice shot from that.
I know. I'm down for that.
Damn.
You can't hit me while I'm emoting. That's against the rules.
Really?
I'm just looking for my dance. Where's my dance? At?
Damn.
Where's my dance?
Where are the dances?
I mean, I guess that's a dance.
How do you miss? They're 5 feet in front of you.
Looking cute. Damn.
Alright, thank you so much.
No
for
problem.
coming. I really appreciate being invited to this fun little shindig.
Thank you for all
Sorry,
accepting
that
my
was too loud.
invitation.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
There's got to be a wave emote, right? Bye.
I think.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Bye.
Bye. Let me exit. Main menu, chat. All right, hope you guys all enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. First time playing this game. Wild. I did not make it to first place, but I think I did pretty good, honestly. Definitely will try and play this again with more people in the future. I do not know when. Next stream will be Monday. Stream schedule won't be out until tomorrow, but we will be continuing Ikemen Villains with Liam's route. So look forward to that one. Cannot wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I hope you guys had fun, lots of fun. Thanks for the stream. No problem. I'm glad you had a lot of fun. I love doing the collabs occasionally because a game like this is wild. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye.